For this year's Transalp, we decided to go over the Dolomites. We started in Germany near the Tegernsee and biked through Austria, up the Zillertal to the Schlegersee, and from there over into Italy. Stayed at Mülbach, then St. Vigil, from there over the Fanes to the Limo Pass to Moena, and then over to Coria. Final night was in Bertoldi before we sprinted to Torbile to avoid the bad weather. Ready to rumble. Ciao, Tommy.
Haut's rein, tschüss.
Day 1, Tommy dropped us off near the Tegernsee. We biked along the Achensee and then dropped down to the River Inn, and then we biked up the Zillertal and climbed up the valley to the massive Schliegespeichr dam, and we stayed overnight in the Dominic's Hütte there.
My little scarecrows, when they hear my record, well they all hit the floor. Babies rock a pose, come up in the front row. The homies in the back get the house to roll. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. Everybody sing it now. Everybody sing it now. Everybody sing it now. Everybody sing it now.
On day 2, we climbed up the Pfitscher Joch pass and into Italy. Then down into the valley and up a long steep climb to the highest point of the tour, which was the Pfunderer Joch pass, which is at 2,570 meters. We had some great trails down the other side. We paused at the Weitenberg Arm and then continued on to Mülbach, where we found a nice place to stay overnight.
And now we're starting day 2 of the Alpencross. We're starting from the Schliegersee. Here's the Schliegersee. Up there you can see the glacier, and we're heading in this direction, up the valley to the right there.
Everybody singing now.
Okay, so here's a little bit steeper. I decided carrying is probably the easiest way. I might have to go down and help Mare because he's struggling a bit. Tour.
Day 3 started with a bang, and we had a long, hot climb up to Bergstal Klimalaster. We had our first views of the Dolomites here, and lots of single trails along the plateau to Col d'Alli, the highest point for today. We then biked down to St. Vigil, where we eventually found a wonderful hotel with great food called Hotel Erica to stay the night.
Oh yes.
Day 4 was our biggest. We biked up a beautiful valley and up to the national park Sennes Prags to Limo Pass before the first unbikeable section where we had to push our bikes down steep steps. Into the valley and up to the Corvara ski area. Then back down to Arabba where we caught the Portavescovo cable car up the mountain. Amazing trails along the steep mountainside before bike park trails down the other side. We wanted to stay in Moena but ended up on the Passo Palligrino in a horror hotel.
Sachen einfach, wenn man das kompliziert machen kann. Wir wussten ein bisschen, wir haben uns ein bisschen verfahren. Sonst war es einfach free. Springen.
day 5 we escaped the horror hotel Bocaneve and biked up to Refugio Passo di Luisa for breakfast. Down to Lago di Paneveggio, then the Colbricon Pass, which was no fun at all on the e-bikes. Down to the Tognola bike park where we took the gondola up and took some nice but very bumpy trails to Caoria, where we found a great hotel called Albergo Alpine. On day 6 we had 2 big passes. Firstly Cinque Croci, then a long downhill on trails and roads to Borgo Valsugana, where we stopped for a battery load and lunch break. Next a long steep climb up to Monte Rovere and over to the Latana Incantata bike park, then trails down to the Hotel Simone in Bertoldi for the night. On day 7 we took the fastest route possible over Passo Sommo and a long downhill to Rovereto. Then it wasn't long before Mori, Passo San Giovanni and Torbile on Lake Garda. Just after we arrived, the bad weather arrived and it was a great trip.